pretty good. Most of me.
Welcome to my channel, Camping with me. My little slice of heaven. Beautiful out here. All the little flowers are blooming. Hell yes, summer's right around the corner.
Hello, baby. I hope I don't knock the camera down. It's probably gonna happen. Fucking vines. Get off my legs. Oh, here. Here. So how all y'all doing today? Hopefully you're having a nice day. It's a beautiful Friday. Weather's excellent. Beautiful day. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, so come out here for one night. Man, I had to carry so much shit back here. I'm making ribs tonight. I had to bring extra water to boil my shit in. Boil my ribs for about 15-20 minutes till they're like kind of done, and take them out, cook them on the fire so they're super tender. No, multiple people that make their stuff like that for their ribs. Big ribs.
free air mattress. Almost done.
Check the chat, see if anybody's in here. Yeah, I'm already at it. Get my shoulder on. That one went up pretty quick. That one went up pretty quick. I don't think it's going to rain, so I'm not really too worried about it. Fuck it, I'm done. Leave me alone, Jaggers. Shit, my bad. This new orientation, it's kind of get used to everything. This shelter's pretty pimping. It's pimping, man. Perfect for a little lady. So I do the air mattress and throw the blanket on. It's a wrap. Man, carrying all this shit out here is, oh my god, that extra water is a motherfucker. Then I stopped and got watermelon and a couple other snack items. Oh, damn. That's all blurry. Weird. Things are getting tall now. All them weeds in the swamp are freaking waist high already. They don't get too much higher than that, but all these other like weeds that get like 8 foot tall, they're just now starting to sprout up. It's funny, last time I was out here, I was like, maybe they're not going to grow this year. Shit. Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm living large and pimping. Pimping is pimping is pimping. Man, I got probably half the wood I already need for the night I already have, which is nice. I can just relax a lot of today, just go for a walk and chill. Wasn't going to go to a different spot, but this is just a spot so close to, just close to everything. So I said, fuck it, I'll stay another night here. I get bored. It's like after a couple times at my one spot I like to move. I'll go walking around today, look for another spot. Even if I gotta cross all over there by that other shelter, I'll go back in them woods a little further and see what's back there. Why are my legs sticky? Yeah, the swamp wasn't too bad. I was expecting that to be like from all the rain we had yesterday, the night, and the night before. I figured the water would be up high today, but it wasn't too bad. I love those little purple flowers. Little purple flowers. We get a vase and put them in if I want to come out here. Some plants. The deer weren't so bad. I would have threw some fucking pot plants out here. Every damn summer I think about putting them out here. It's like, man, them deer are going to eat them up like crazy. I could put a fence around it and kind of fence it in so they couldn't get to it, but they love pot plants. Damn freaking deer. Yeah, it's going to be a nice night. I already knew it was going to be nice and comfortable. Last time I was out here, it was like 35 or 39 at night. Ugh. The birdie's chirping. Birdie, birdie, birdie. He's up there somewhere. You get your car fixed yet? Or get it back yet from getting fixed? Sure, sure, sure. A little bit better. I knew that shit was in there. That's a little better. Nope, but you got your money. What does that mean? I feel old. Got these fucking things on the back of my glasses. Oh yeah, I'm chilling for that. Fuck this. Fuck the dumb shit. Yeah, I'm gonna be cooking ribs later. That's gonna be fun. Tons of fun. Ah, shit. I hear it, but I don't see it. Oh, there it went. I missed it. Who the fuck it was? It must have been big and flying low. We at war, yo. I just seen a giant airplane fly by. They were doing a load. God, they're probably dropping off air troops like Red Dawn. Dropping off the troops who are about to be invaded. Dude, I broke a fucking stem broke on it. I left my other tobacco pipe at home on accident. I knew I fucking was gonna forget something. I was walking out, I'm looking at my table, I'm like, okay, I got something, but I feel like I'm forgetting something. I got everything, but I feel like I'm forgetting something. I was like, man. So I didn't know what it was. So I got out here. As soon as I went to smoke a bowl of tobacco, I was like, oh, I know what I fucking forgot. I always get that feeling when I forget something right before I leave. I know I'm missing something. It's all good. I had a tobacco pipe, kind of did the same thing. The stem broke on it, and I had it in my pocket when I was at the hospital after we got in that accident, and the cop was pacing outside of my door. I had some fucked up warrant. It was for a failure to appear or some dumb shit. It wasn't even like a criminal warrant. He followed from us from that accident. And I had a Vicodin they gave me, and I cheeked it. And I was like, oh, they're probably not going to give me nothing for home. I'll just take this and put it in my pocket. And I had it in my pocket, and they kept pacing outside of my door. I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, so I got up. I figured if I walked to the bathroom and they followed me to the bathroom, I know their asses are waiting on me. And I walked to the bathroom, dude, they were right behind me the whole fucking way. I was like, well, I'm not cheeking that. I'm not keeping that thing in my pocket. Now I go to jail and I got me a fucking Vicodin in my pocket. I'm gonna get busted for narcotics. So I took the Vicodin and sat there. Kept trying to text my ex. It wouldn't go through because we were in the hospital. I kept saying, I'm fucked. I'm going to jail. Please pick up. Just nothing would go through. I'm like, fuck. And then as soon as they said, why don't we go check on Stephanie and see how she's doing? As soon as I heard that, I didn't even get done seeing the doctor. I jumped up, put my hoodie on, and I bounced. But as soon as I was coming around the corner, they were coming back. They're like, oh, Mr. Stan. I'm like, fuck. Take you in, you got a warrant, you need to clear you up. I'm like, man, it ain't like it ain't no big warrant. Dude, they're gonna let me go the next day. And he's like, oh, you have to wait till Monday. And I'm like, this is fucking Friday. I'm like, god damn it, I gotta spend the next 3 fucking days in jail. I go before the judge, and the judge is like, okay, you're free to go. That's all he fucking said to me. I'm like sitting there like, that was nice. I just spent 3 days in jail for no fucking reason. And dude, I had so much bullshit I went through. I got there, I ain't allowed to take any of my meds. I didn't have my Suboxone. I didn't have any of my shit on me. Nothing. Pain medication, my fucking Seroquel, all that shit. I had nothing on me. So I had to go 3 days without my meds. Well, the first night I was having a rough. I can't sleep in them fucking boats, metal beds that they have that are stacked on each other in the dorm, or they're just on one on the floor, and just like there's 40 or 50 of those around you. But dude, I was having an issue, and I was hungry. I told him when I got to jail, I said, I haven't eaten in like 2 days. I said, I was getting ready to eat supper after we got done running around. And I said, now I'm here in fucking jail. I said, can I get any kind of like a sandwich, like a peanut butter sandwich? I don't care what it is. I'm just starving. I go, breakfast will be ready here in about 6 hours. I'm like, oh my God. So I got there. I started drinking shitloads of water. Drinking water, piss. Drink, piss. I just kept doing it over. I couldn't even sleep because I was just throwing so much water in my stomach. So the next day, they're like, Keith, you gotta go to the doctor. I'm like, okay. I'm like, what the fuck? I go walking with the cop in the hallway. He goes, so what's your deal? I'm like, what do you mean? What's my deal? And he goes, hey, they say you're throwing up and shitting yourself. What are you strung out on? I'm like, I ain't strung out on nothing. He goes, oh, yeah, okay, buddy. And I'm like, listen, dude, I don't take no street drugs right now. On fucking other meds that, I can't even take those kind of meds. He's like, whatever, dude, you're not fooling nobody. You've been up all night shitting yourself. I'm like, dude, I said, whatever. And I was getting so fucking mad. That cop that CO should have just kept his fucking mouth shut. That's some asshole COs that people can't stand. The motherfuckers that get their ass beat in jail and wonder why, a group of fucking inmates beat the fuck out of you. Yeah, that was the first time I was ever disrespected by a CO. Every other one was cool with me. I just call them CO. They were cool. They don't cause no issues. They're not going to be assholes with you. But yeah, that one was like, I'm going to go above and beyond the job, my job, and I'm going to voice my opinion where it's not needed. Opinions like assholes. Everybody's got one. Instead of just asking me if I'm all right, let me explain myself, it'd been a lot easier than just jumping the gun, disrespecting me. So I don't know. I can't. That's why I don't do shit to get myself put in jail. Try not to do nothing to put me in jail. Been there 3 times. 3 or 4 times. Man, I got lucky the first time. I shoplifted an asthma inhaler. Primatine Mist. I didn't have the money for it. Yeah, I didn't get caught when I stole it, but I got caught when I came back the next time to buy water. I'm walking up to the counter and somebody taps me on my shoulder. They're like, hey, buddy, I'm gonna need you to come with me. And I'm thinking, like, what the fuck did I do? I got water in my arm. I'm like, all right. So I put the water down. I'm walking with them. And I'm like, what's this all about? And he goes, well, I'll show you when we get there. I'm like, oh, man, what's this? Oh, God. He goes, have a seat there, buddy. And he goes, I'm going to show you something. He shows me shoplifting. I'm like, God damn it. I'm like, sorry, buddy. I'm fucking poor. I don't have the money to buy that shit. And he's like, oh, that's cool. Because I understand, you can't be coming in here shoplifting. We're going to have to trespass you and everything from here. He's like, you got your ID on you? I'm like, no, it's at home. He goes, oh God. He goes, now I have to call the cops. I'm like, that sucks. They come and scoop me up on shoplifting and then took me there. Dude, I was out in an hour and a half. I told him, I said, I need my inhaler. I said, I don't have it on me. I said, I don't want to have an asthma attack. I said, how long is this going to take? He goes, I don't know, but you're going to get lucky. You're going to get out here in like about an hour. And he goes, it's never like that. So don't, in the future, plan on coming here and expecting to get the same treatment. But then every time after that, it's like 8 hours booking and shit. It's so sucky. Eat one or two meals while you're sitting there. Yeah, see, I was the longest I was there was 7 days. That was when I wrecked my ex's Jeep. Dude, they got me for an OVI, but they never told me what I got an OVI for. The only thing I had drank like that morning, because my ex, she had a colonoscopy, I think it was, or something. And I drank that fucking morning, and when she came home, she was thirsty and wanted some ginger ale or something like that. So she gave me money. I got money from her dad or some shit. I think I got money from her dad. Gave me like $50, and I go to this, get her some ginger ale and shit, and I was gonna stop at my girls after that and get some smoke. And I go call her, and she's not home yet. I'm like, well, I'll just sit here in the parking lot for a second and just wait for her to get home, and then I'll cruise over and get that smoke and go back home. I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden I wake up, and it's 3 hours later. I've been sleeping in the fucking parking lot for 3 hours. What's up, buddy? What's up, Mike? Yeah, I was sitting there, I fell asleep for like 3 hours in the parking lot, and I look at my cell phone, and there's like 30 missed calls, 15, 20 missed texts from my ex. Where the fuck are you? What did you do to my car? I don't know. I'm scared. What? I haven't heard. Dude, and I freak out, and I wake up and just hit the gas and take off out of that. Yeah, good morning, buddy. Beautiful day. But I hit the gas, and I just took off out of Kmart parking lot, and I fell back to sleep and crossed 4 lanes of traffic, hopped a curb, ran into an electric company, and fucking just totaled my girl's Jeep out. And I'm sitting there and I'm like looking around, and there's like 15, 20 people all come out like surrounding the vehicle. Are you all right, buddy? What happened? I'm like, I don't know what the fuck happened. This one girl goes, I seen it all. She goes, you just kind of fell asleep and just crossed 4 lanes of traffic. You're so lucky you didn't hit anybody. I was like, oh my God. I'm like shaking my head, and I immediately try to start the vehicle. And he goes, no, you can't start it. You're leaking gas. And everybody's freaking out. Back up, back up. He's trying to start the vehicle. I'm like, dude, I'm not going to start it. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I just did this. My girl's going to kill me. Fuck, man. Like I said, they got me an OVI, but they never told me what it was. I guess I had weed in my system. That's the only thing I can think of. But fuck, man, that was a terrible experience. Her dad was a retired cop. So I'm at the police station, and they call him up to come get me. So he comes walking in, and they're like, "Hey, hey Richard, how you doing?" I'm like, "It's like, hey, I got your little buddy here. He's got into a car wreck with your daughter's car. Man, it's totaled out." And he goes, "I want to show you something." And I had a broken fucking weed pipe inside of a prescription bottle in my pocket, and they show that to me. They're shaking it back and forth. And they open it up. He goes, "That's weed." I'm like, I'm like shaking my head, like, what a bunch of dumbasses. And my girl's dad's just looking at me, and he's just shaking his head because he just put like $2,000 into that vehicle a week earlier. This is such bad timing and everything. And it's like I'm just shaking my head. I was like, I don't. He took me home. We just lived right across the street, but they wouldn't let me walk across the street to go home. I had to have a ride, so he came. I was like, I just want to say I'm sorry. He goes, just don't say a word. He goes, I don't even want to. I just don't want to talk about it. I'm like, I was so hurt. I felt so bad as a person. That was one of the lowest points in my life that I was scared shitless. This wreck was so bad that it made front page news on the TV news all the way in Hawaii. My buddy lived in Hawaii, and it was like 2-3 years after the fact. I run into him. He comes back into town. He goes, I got a question. He goes, did you get into a car wreck one time, like wreck a vehicle out into an electric company? I looked at him like, yeah. And he goes, you were on the news in Hawaii. I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, I could not believe that accident made the news in Hawaii of all places. Why would it? I was so confused, but I guess crossing those 4 lanes of traffic was a big deal. I mean, I'm lucky I didn't kill myself or somebody else, and I've just had a little angel over my shoulder a lot of most of my life. There's been situations like almost getting hit by my car when it slipped into gear and was doing donuts in the parking lot. I almost died there. I almost died. There's two or three other times where, like when I was a kid, I was fucking around with fire and I found a white garage down the road and I put it had a can of gasoline in it and I was fucking around with gasoline in the garage, just lighting little bits of it on fire on the floor and then I fucked around and it got caught on the walls. They got gasoline got spread on the walls or some shit, and they freaked out. I'm holding the gas can, and on top of the gas can where the nozzle is, there's a little flame burning, like it's a fucking candle. And I blow it out, and it goes out, and I put the can down, and I leave. And as I'm leaving the garage, the neighbor sees me and called the fire department. The fire department comes and puts the fire out and shit. And then there's a knock on the door. I'm like, oh man, this ain't gonna be good. And I look, and it's like 3 or 4 sheriffs or firemen, captain and shit, and they came in and was talking to us and goes, the best thing to do is admit what you did. If not, we're gonna take you to the DH. He goes, this is arson. He goes, this is a big deal. And I'm like, oh my god, my mom's looking at me like I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you. So that was my little firebug incident as a kid. But yeah, man, I've had points in my life where it's just been, I've been scared shitless about consequences. I've had to learn everything the hard way. Everything I've had to learn the hard way. Made me more of a man than if I just would have coasted through life, like everything just given to me and never seen the worst of, if you make a decision, the worst repercussions, I guess I was looking for the right word. After you make that decision, it can be devastating. You gotta live with that shit the rest of your life too. I made a couple mistakes growing up and as an adult, but nothing that's gonna put me in hell. I just wish I could turn back time and fix a couple things that I did wrong and shit. But then you think, where would I be now in life if I would have fixed that shit? I maybe would have went off in a totally different direction where my life could have been worse or it could have been better. I hope y'all can. Yeah, you guys can hear me. I was gonna say because I thought my finger might be over the speaker. The speaker. How that shower went up. It was almost the quickest time yet. Man, that fucking eyelid's starting to rip up there. Heavy duty tart my ass. I swear to God, nothing's heavy duty anymore. That's probably how I burnt my goddamn eyebrows off. Trying to hit the bull one handed. Oh, I was at the bus station. Hit my vape pen. I'm just coughing. This dude right next to me, he's hitting his vape pen, coughing. We're just kind of smiling, looking at each other. It's like, yeah, we know what's up. The vape pens are nice and convenient. Shit, back in the day, if you wanted to smoke while you're out and about, you're gonna have to like make a pit stop somewhere and better hope you don't get busted packing your bowl or rolling a spliff. Now I wish I had a BB gun. I love shooting guns and shit. BB guns are cool. You can get some BB guns that are like, man, as powerful as a fucking rifle. Now you've got like, they'll tell you how much it is, like almost a 22 with the PSI, the pressure and shit that builds up and shoot. I think most of those are like CO2 ones. I used to have one that was like the best one I ever had was the one that was a 10 pump BB gun. I only spent like 50, $60. I think it was a Daisy or it was not a Coleman. It was something. Damn it, I'm trying to think of the name. But yeah, it was a 10 pump BB gun. Dude, that thing, whew. It was not special, but it was what I wanted. Because the first one I had looked like an M16, but it was only a single pump. You could kill a bird and shit with that just single pump. But that 10 pump, man, you get those 10 pumps. Holy shit. I killed bunnies with that thing. I killed all kinds of shit. I didn't like killing birds. I killed like maybe 1 or 2 squirrels in my life. I think the last one I killed was a black one, and I felt so guilty. Like, why did I do that, man? It's one thing. It's like, man, if I got into a situation where it was either me or somebody else, and I'd have to kill them, man, it's like, how would I live with that? I mean, I'd still be alive, and I'd probably look at it like, hey, man, if I wouldn't, I'd be dead right now. And shit, but man, just having to defend yourself and do that to somebody, man, it'd be rough. I don't like. I mean, I don't think I could ever go hunting for deer because I think deer are too big. For some reason, I've seen my stepdad gut a deer and butcher it. I can only watch him for so long, and I said I got to get out of here. And he's like, "Why? What's wrong?" I'm like, I don't know, too much blood or some shit. It's such a big animal. And seeing them out here, it's like it's a whole. I see all these deer, they're like majestic and shit. But man, they taste good sometimes. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, man. Deer chili, deer burgers are all right. Deer steak's okay, but it almost has like a minerally taste, like a liver almost. It has a gamey taste that you have to either you're gonna like or not like. My mom and them used to can deer meat, and that canned deer meat was fun. It was so damn good. I've never tried it out. He shot a peeping tom. That's funny. Shoot him right in his fucking middle of his eyes. Shoot him in his forehead. It'll look like one of them Indian guys for the rest of his life. A little red spot in his forehead. The hell yeah, that's good. You shot a peeping tom. Fucking weirdo. Yeah, so at least I got half my wood today that I'm gonna need. I'll still probably get a bunch of fucking wood, even though tonight's not supposed to be that bad, which is nice. As soon as I got off the bus, I'm walking up to Save a Lot, and the lady's like, "You're just in time, buddy." I'm like, I'm going in there. I just want a piece of watermelon. I've been getting that every time I come on here now. Is a big slab, not a big slab, but a chunk of watermelon. Mess around, eat that big ass thing, and then got me a bag of chips. Even though I brought enough food to eat for fucking probably 2 days. Man, I can't wait to make them ribs later. I hope they turn out good. But I brought some extra water to boil them. Yeah, I'll be camping here tonight. I got my shelter set up and everything. It's hard to tell. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I'll be here for the night. Fuck staying home, man. I can only be home for a few days at a time, and I got to get right back out. Even if I'm kind of worn out still from the last trip, I still just want to get out. My neighbors haven't been bothering me either. I've been able to go to bed whenever I want, which is nice. I heard a dude come in this morning at like 5:30 or 6. I don't know if he's working midnights or I don't even know what the hell my neighbor does. The weather's still not nice enough to go out where you're at over there in Oregon, the Oregon coast or something you said from. Hell yes, that's what it's all about. Getting out there and enjoying what God gave us. I know nothing lasts forever anyway. That's just where I've come to that conclusion. Shit, you could carve your initials into a bedrock somewhere and it'd be gone after 1,000 years or so. I'm gonna leave my mark when I pass on. Like I want a statue in my honor. I'm gonna make a statue in honor of Keith and his stealth camping, and he made a difference. He left 50 million fire rings out in the woods. It looked like there's 30 homeless people living out there at once. It's probably why they got them damn cameras. They see 50 million fire rings and think there's thousands of people camping back here. And it's all my fault. I'm so sorry. I want to take one of them security camera signs as a souvenir. Walk up to that bitch when it's dark out and just unscrew it and shit from the back. You got cameras. Watch me steal your camera sign as I disappear in the woods under the cloak of darkness. Come and get me, motherfuckers. That ain't funny because I found out over here is a big fence that's surrounds that storage facility, and at the one corner they can swing that part of the fence open because I think they illegally dumped a shit ton of cut down trees because those were never there before. There's no way somebody drug them through the freaking woods. I think I like the vertical texting or vertical. Yeah, it's the first time I've ever seen that or had. I knew there's cameras everywhere. I mean, I assumed there was cameras already there watching Save a Lot's parking lot. But if they put them up there at the corner of the woods, that either tells me the landowners found out there's people leaving shit back here. I don't know where over by the trailer park how bad that is. I know there's trash in this one little area, but I'm scared they're gonna start developing back here. One thing I say is I would think they'd have to dig up all the bricks and all the trash that's buried here. That would probably cost thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to dig this fucking place up and make it, ready for development. But them boys get to work, man. They do. They'll level some woods like really quick. There was one section over there on this bus route where they turn around. I was going to get off and camp back there, and the one day I was going to go back there and take a look at everything. No, I actually had all my gear. I was going out there, and I walked. As soon as we were getting ready to do the turnaround, I see all these bulldozers working. I'm like, I'm not getting out and walking through that construction site. There's no fucking way. So that within a month, that place had been like woods to a parking lot. I mean, it was just crazy how fast they tore that shit down. Well, it never used to be as bad as it is now. And I understand there's a lot of homeless people, but there's also a lot of drug addicts and people that are strung out on everything, alcohol. They just want to disappear and not be bothered. And then they get to somewhere they think you're in the middle of nowhere and they just trash the place like they just don't care. Like that homeless encampment I found out here, that is the worst shit I've ever seen as far as like a site that's been left behind. It's like, oh, there's hundreds of cans, just food cans that aren't even fucking open. Yeah, it's like it's hard to find somewhere to just go away. And if you do, you gotta like miles and miles and miles and miles of walking until you finally get to somewhere that's secluded. This takes me anywhere from 25 minutes to walk, maybe 30 minutes to walk through here. If I'm doing all right. I have to take a few different breaks because I probably got 50 pounds of shit with me. I'm saying anywhere. My backpack was probably an easy 30 pounds or more. And all the food and all the other shit. So I'm saying 50 pounds just on the low end. It could be 60 or 65 more, you know what I'm saying? Just depending on what I bring out here, but that's a lot of gear to carry. Even if I had a little basket I could pull behind me and put all the shit in there, it's gonna be hard to pick it up and go over logs, and it's like it'd be almost more of a hassle than just carrying it. Take 4 or 5 breaks. Who cares? I'm an old fart. I'm an old fart. I'm allowed to take my breaks. You young little bastard, get out my yard, you whippersnappers. I can't wait till I get old. I'm practicing. Get on my yard, you sons of bitches. I'll hit you with this stick like I got hit when I was a kid. That's what you need. You need your ass beat, you little hellions. You damn whippersnappers. I'm already old. I already want to yell at kids when I hear them. Oh, I know it sucks. This ain't nothing to be laughing about. This is depressing as shit because I could just like not wake up tomorrow. People my age and even younger, I know they've just died like doing normal shit. They're not even like beat their bodies up doing, drugs and alcohol and shit like that. Health issues arise and it's hard to plan for that kind of stuff. Shit, when I was 21, my stomach, I was a perfect like employee. I was always at work, and all of a sudden I started having stomach issues. And I went to the hospital. The first time they told me it was gastroenteritis. that I'd have to be off for like a week. And I'm like, damn, what the fuck kind of shit is this? So I told my employer, they were cool with it, but then it just didn't go away. So I had to, go back to the hospital and it went through the same thing again, take another week off, blah, blah, blah. I had doctor's slips and all that shit. And then it turned into I couldn't get out of bed for 3 months straight. I would be sick and I'd go to a family doctor and he'd tell me, you need to go to your specialist. And he's like, yeah, but they're not open. And I just don't know what to do. And after about 3 months of that, they gave me, when I was at the doctor's office, medicine called Phenergan promethazine, which is more known on the streets as they're drinking that with that sipping on the scissor. That fucking what the fuck is it? Codeine, and promethazine. They were giving me that promethazine and Librax. And somebody told me Librax is part of Librium, which I don't know nothing about that shit. But when I took that medicine, within one day I was up out of bed. I was just like, all of a sudden I'm doing shit. And like after 3 months of being bedridden, just one day, pow, I took that medicine. And I told my gastroenterologist, I said, they put me on this medicine like until I seen you. And I said, I'm back to doing what I like to do. I mean, I'm just back to normal. And he said that medicine is one of that. The Librax is like almost like a calming, not a benzo. It's I'm trying to think of what they even consider that drug. But he said my nerves are directly connected to my stomach when I'm upset and anxiety, stuff like that. It makes me sick, and he's right. So I try not to even get myself into fucking stressed out situations because it just makes me nauseous. But then one day I said, I don't want to take that medicine no more. I was on that shit for years and years. And just one day I'm like, I don't want to take this no more. I don't want to be locked into having to take pills. And I was doing good, and I got in that four-wheeler accident, and I hit my head, and all of a sudden I was in and out of the hospitals for migraine headaches, and that's what started the taking pain pills shit. If I never would have gotten that accident, I maybe would have gotten the pills, but I seen what they did to my mom, and I told myself, don't ever get on pills. I don't care what kind it is, just don't fuck with pills. Just mess with fucking smoking trees and shit, and drink some booze or something like that. But yeah, stay away from the hard shit. Well, shit, I'm about to get off here. I've been live for almost an hour now, just chilling. Got my shelter up. I'm gonna grab some wood and stuff, but I'll come back later and probably go live tonight or something. But I'm gonna go start looking for some wood now that the dew's all dried up on the plants. My legs were soaked all the way to my knees just from the dew. Doobie doobie doo! But I'll see you guys later. Later on, Mike. Later on, Ryan. Hey, Ryan, you want to hear something funny? I told you we kind of look like each other. Especially with my beard's growing out, we look like each other. Somebody stopped me, or the bus driver. She goes, I got a question. Is your name Ryan? I shit you not, yesterday. I'm like, no. And I didn't think nothing of it until I was riding around yesterday with my ex. And I was like, yeah, the bus driver asked me today if my name was Ryan. I said, I got a doppelganger somewhere, or a twin. I said, because I've been asked before. I don't know if the name Ryan is who they asked me for, but dude, that's fucking crazy. I doubt if any black chicks out here know that who you are, Ryan. I know you probably feel the same way. Hey, but you maybe like a little chocolate. Ain't nothing wrong with a little chocolate milk. Shit. I'll dip my spoon in some chocolate milk. I ain't scared of that. Big nappy ass pubes and shit. They better be shaving that crap. I don't want no fro pubes in my teeth. Sometimes I go rambling on about the dumbest shit, bro. I'm sorry. I ain't never been with a black chick. That's one thing. If you ask me if I ever would, fuck yeah, some of them are hot as shit. I ain't gonna lie. But I probably always settle down with. I had an Italian girl I was engaged to. She was so fucking hairy. The girl I was engaged to was so hairy. She was like 100% Italian. And it's like I used to fucking play with her lips. She's like, what are you doing? I'm like, playing with your mustache. She'd get so fucking pissed off at me. I was mean back then. I mean, I was a total dickhead when I was about 21. I was still like full of myself and shit because I had a good job and and a nice car, and just I ain't that shallow of a person now. Because I broke up with her, we were engaged and shit. It was just like my friends kept dogging me. He was like, "Man, why I can't believe you're with her? Why are you with her, man?" She was the nicest person I've probably ever known. She never would have cheated on me, ever would have cheated on me. I know that for a fact, man. She was 1,000% in love with me and nobody else, and we were a good couple. But my dumbass was like, couldn't take the just the constant people running, talking shit in my ear, and now where are those people? Nowhere in my life. So why did I even waste my time? That's like you said, regrets. Everybody's got regrets and shit. If you dwell on your regrets, you'll never be happy because you'll be stuck in the past, thinking like, "Oh, I shoulda, woulda, coulda." But some of them regrets kind of made you who you are today. And yeah, it's like that girl. She's got married and she got has 3 kids. But this is the fucked up part about it. She knew her looks weren't that great. She has never once posted a picture of herself on Facebook. Her kids, and I see her face in her kids so much. Her kids look just like her 2 boys, but she won't post a picture on Facebook because she knows that people will talk shit about her. And I respect that. I mean, I have no, it's. She asked me the one day. It was like maybe a couple of years ago. Asked me if I still do carpet installation. I don't remember ever telling her I did carpet work. Shit, I was 21 when I was dating her, and she asked me like 2, 3 years ago. So I was like 48. It's like, how does she know I was doing carpet installation? Maybe, I don't know. I must have been talking to her back when I first started doing shit. Yeah, it's if I had a girl, I wouldn't be able to do this shit because I'd constantly have to hear, "You're never at home." It's like I get sick and tired of sitting home by myself. And but then hey, you want to come with me? I don't want to go out in that shit. No, I'm not going out there. It's like, then why are you bitching about me going out there? I try to invite you, try to include any girl that I date in activities that I do. But a lot of them, they don't get into the outdoors and shit. Some of them like to sit by a bonfire, but to trudge through wilderness and takes a special kind of woman, I guess. It's like shit. I'm not actively looking for anybody. Usually it happens. It just kind of falls in my lap. They got that Facebook dating app. That thing's about a waste of fucking time. God, that is such a fucking janky ass site. I have never met no good girl on that site ever. The Facebook dating app, man, it's just total garbage. Girls be using these filters. And he's like, I know you don't look like that. You don't have a blemish on your face, not a freckle, not nothing. But with high def cameras nowadays, you can see a dimple in somebody's face. You can see a blackhead on them. I mean, it's like, so your fuzzy picture and shit. All it does is say you got a filter on. You're ashamed of what you look like, and you're trying to con people into fucking believing you're this hot young person when you're not no more. Yep. Yeah, if I had a kid too, if the kid wasn't into doing something like this too, I wouldn't be able to just leave my kid, and I would feel guilty, and I just couldn't do that. Yeah, so like you said, I guess I am lucky to be free to do what I want now. It might not always be like this, but I guess I'll take advantage of shit while I can. It's just weird at 51 years old. It's like I'm exploring my life more now than I did in my early 20s. I mean, I did a lot of shit that I never did before in my early days, but I kind of stuck with the camping thing. I just wish I had somewhere I could fish while I'm camping. I really do like fishing. Go catching some catfish. Tight line off the bottom. Fucking, I always had good luck tight line off the bottom or bobber fishing. Yeah, I mean, nobody's clown. I've had fucked up relationships. I've dated bitches that were, I don't mean to call women bitches, but the hoes that I was going to say, that girls that turned out to be hoe bags and stuff. It's like, man, I always felt like if I couldn't bring them home to mama, that I don't want to date them. And my mom ain't gonna judge too many people because she isn't perfect in no way, shape, or form. yeah, I don't have any issues with people talking shit while I'm just trying to relax. Nobody trying to cramp my style or nothing. But I try not to bother anybody with what I do either. I ask for rides sometimes from friends and shit, or like if I want to leave on a Sunday, my friend she goes down south and drives right by here. So if I want to camp on a Sunday, I ask her if she could pick me up before she goes to church. And usually I'm out here by 9:30 or 10, so that's kind of cool. That's about the only time I'll get a ride, or if somebody's coming this way and they call to see if I need a ride. They're gonna be driving right by, and it's like sure. So I pack my shit up and get out, and usually I just take the bus over. Even if I was driving my car, I wouldn't be able to take my vehicle and park it over here and just go camping. I would still have to ride the bus. So kind of wacky. I don't know anywhere I'd be able to park. I hate my sister, or I would park my vehicle right in front of her place overnight. She lives right next to these woods. But I hate her. I fucking hate her, man. Only person on earth I had that fucking just, the shit she's done to my nephew, fucked him up in the head so bad. Used him for his disability money. It's all she did. And then when he decided he wanted his money, that turns in, you're greedy. I can't believe you're doing this to me. And bitch, he wasn't living with you for 6 months, and you kept spending that money like it was yours, not giving the care in the world. But when he wants his money, all of a sudden she's telling him, "I hope you end up homeless, living on the street." She's telling her own damn son this because she didn't got cut off and realized now she's gonna have to work for her money instead of fucking being a leech. Lazy fucking bitch, man. I can't stand her. Yeah, it's hard to leave a vehicle overnight somewhere. Place I used to go fishing out in this one lake. I don't know why they closed down this road that went in between two bodies of water, unless the water got high and it caused an issue. But now, if I like want to go camp out there at the one spot where I did this kind of same thing, stealth camping, I would have to leave my car like a mile away and walk like through so far away. I wouldn't even hear my car alarm going off that far away. Somebody could easily take my shit. Oh, I gotta start driving again, man. I gotta start driving again. This shit sucks. Been over a year now since I haven't had my vehicle. All right, gentlemen, I'm about to get off here. I'm gonna probably do a couple of things and then just chill and relax. But if I go live later, it won't be till 9ish or something. But until then, I'll see y'all later. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out. Y'all stay blessed, and I'll see you on the flip side. Peace out.